the concept with the black soldier flies. The black soldier flies is a species that comes, I believe, from Latin America, and it kind of got sent all around the world with as the shipping started, like several hundred years ago, where people started exploring the world. And it eats waste food, waste products, so whether it's manure or wasted food or whatever it may be. And so it's very easy to move around the world, and often it's found within the equatorial belt and kind of Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn on either side. It reaches that far naturally. Beyond that, it's very artificial, so that if they're raising them outside of that, it's usually in warehouses that are all heated and cooled. But over here, we're very lucky. The environmental conditions are perfect, so they breed naturally and they just do their thing. And the idea over here was to test out. In the beginning, I built this when I still had the old farming system here. I had a lot of pig manure. It was like a slush, a slurry, and I'd throw it in here, and the black soldier flies were breeding very well. But there's a strong competition between black soldier flies and house flies and green bottle flies. Eventually, always, black soldier flies win out. They always are more successful, but it takes a long time. They do much better on waste food, on kitchen waste. So from factories that process foods, canneries and juices or whatever, they do much better on that. They like sweet things, whereas house flies prefer sour smells and protein, like meats and stuff like that. Black soldier flies will work on that as well, but they have a particular preference for sweet. So when you're trying to lure them in, you throw molasses on the stuff, and it has that sickly sweet molassesy smell, and it draws them in. And this was to test out if we could do it here, and it does work. But there is fluctuations over the course of the year in terms of breeding. So when it's cooler, when it's hotter, when it's more humid, when it's drier, the population of black soldier flies, the larvae that self-harvest, does this all the time. It's very unstable. And it's because I work in the open. I don't work in a closed warehouse. Black soldier flies larvae should have the ability to do around, there's about a 20% conversion rate. So basically 1 kilo goes in, I should get 200 grams of black soldier fly larvae out, theoretically. It's usually like 10 to 15%. I'm not there yet because the system is open, and I think I'm leaking a lot of black soldier fly larvae all over the place, and the chickens are enjoying them and whatnot. But as an animal feed source, these guys are absolutely amazing. So fat contents of around 40 to 45% fat, protein around 35 to 42%. It's very, very high and super easy to eat for the animals. So whether it's essentially any omnivore, so whether it's pigs, chickens, ducks, frogs, fish, they just go crazy. Reptiles, they go crazy over these things, and they wriggle as well. So they're super exciting for them. When I throw them into the piggery, the pigs are just like mad. It's like eating sweets for like a 3-year-old kid. It's like going crazy. So the idea is to scale this up quite dramatically, and we're trying to work out how to do that. Our limiting factor is food waste. This is always a limiting factor, your inputs. So we're talking to some of the restaurants in town and some of the hotels in town are getting their food waste. The challenge with them is, it's so much effort to separate out the plastics and the garbage and everything from the food waste. And we're just like, dude, just scrape the plate here, put your garbage here. Like, it's not that difficult. So it's a cultural shift that has to happen. But the idea then is this becomes an integral part of our feed formulas. At the moment, the university up north, Mad University, is selling these guys for around 500 baht a kilo especially to the cockfighting people. It's kind of like they ran some tests of the cockfighting. And those chickens work very hard, obviously, during the fighting, and they get beaten up and scratched to hell and gone and everything else. And they feed them black soldier fly larvae exclusively for a few days, and it's literally like amphetamines for fighting cocks. They get so strong so fast and completely sorted out again. That's not to say that I agree with cockfighting. I don't. It's a weird sport to be playing, but it's kind of like Olympic level athletics, and then how those techniques and things translate back down into the everyday person. And so they test them out at the extreme end and then reapply them. So it's kind of what's happened there. So for us, it is a really interesting exercise into the benefits of black soldier fly larvae. We'll mix them into the pig food, probably pelletize them, we'll freeze them first so they die, and then dry them out and pelletize them, or stick them through the hammer mill and turn them into a powder, and then mix them in with formulas, or just feed them live, if we have enough of them. The other part is earthworms that you guys are working on. Earthworms, again, are a phenomenal food source for pigs, and they live in their natural environment where pigs root. They're digging all the time. They're looking for grubs and worms and things to eat. So basically, as we do the earthworms, you end up with a massive excess of earthworms all the time. So like you have a barrel that you raising the earthworms in with cow manure. We're only going to use a small little part of those worms to seed the next batch. The rest is basically what do I do with it? Either give it to the chickens or give it to the pigs. So we just dump it into the pigs, including the worm castings. So the pigs will eat that as well. And then hopefully try to offset as much of our feed bill as we can by using a waste product, cow manure that we have on the farm in excess, because we don't use it on our land anymore. Black soldier fly, the waste product is food waste, of which is an enormous amount of food waste in this area. And I get all these wonderful products that come out. Again, the workload is next to nothing to do these things. It's just, the work is here, thinking, changing what you do, like moving away from the conventional, questioning everything. So yeah.